Hello, friendo bendos. It is me, Colorblind Fox, bringing you a brand new Let's Play. I got a new stream set up. I was feeling in the mood, feeling inspirational, feeling creative, so I wanted to give a stab at a game that is very near and dear to my heart. It is The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. A few caveats before I begin this is going to be a brand new save file on the PC version. I've played Binding of Isaac before, but I've only done it on the Xbox with the Afterbirth expansion, so I never played the Afterbirth Plus. I just downloaded it onto this PC. And with that being said, I could go into more detail as we go. So, as you see, all my files completely deleted. It said I could import Rebirth, which would give me some stuff that I don't necessarily want to start off with. I would like to start off fresh and maybe even complete this game. Probably not complete all 3 files, but we're just going to start just doing the basics. As you can see, a lot of the challenges are locked. Stats, complete zeros, bestiary, got nothing on it. And Siri's listening, so I'd like for her to stop. Thank you. Options. I may look back at this video later and see what options I need to change. I may need to change my mic volume. May need to adjust the screen size. Not super sure, but we're just gonna roll with it. New run. Unfortunately, on a new run, we let's see. I don't even know all the unlock conditions. So I'm gonna hit random. It probably is just gonna put me on Isaac. I feel like that it has to, maybe. Okay, and we were gonna start an Isaac run. Okay, it just started with the options already. That's the seed. I don't know why it went straight to that. Okay, so basics about this game. You are Isaac here, and he cries a lot. That is his main damage dealer. And every time you play this game, it's just completely random. And you get weapons to make your tiers better. And you're trying to go floor to floor, fighting the enemies. Right here, you got these little dingles. And you just... Main goal, beat the bosses. First couple runs are probably going to be shorter than your typical Isaac run, just for the fact that you only have to beat Mom's heart. No, Mom's heart probably isn't even going to be unlocked from the very beginning. Do a spades. Spades are going to be keys. Anytime you get a card at the bottom right, that is going to be an item that you could use. If it's 2 of something, it just doubles your item. So spades would be keys, clubs would be bombs, and diamonds would be money. And what's the other one? Hearts. 2 of hearts would double your health. Right here we have the boss, Gemini, just a conjoined boss. Very simple, just stay away from it. There's also a bunch of other mechanics, like, I could probably go on for a couple hours just explaining every mechanic. This is the first floor boss. After the first floor boss, you do not get a deal with the devil or deal with the angel. That doesn't pop up until the second floor. Floors are split up where you have a first floor and then a second floor of the first floor, just slightly harder. So right now, I think we're on the basement. And basement 1, there will be a basement 2. Then you go towards the caves. There'll be a caves 1, caves 2, and continue. This gray heart right there, that is a soul heart. What that does, that allows you to take an extra hit. Up top, you see that we have 4 hearts. We started with 3. We're up to 4. That's going to add and add. Maximum you could have in this game is 12. Now, the original Binding of Isaac allowed you to go off the screen. It lets you go up to 12, but then you could add and add and add. That is not a feature in this game. They capped you out at 12. And right here, we have Sloth. Just the mini-boss. You can get certain items from fighting the mini-bosses. Sloth in particular, I think there's a syringe called the Virus. So anytime you beat bosses, sometimes you'll get items. Okay, so we got a card. Which is fine. We gotta clear the room before the room will lock up. Right now, it is locked, cannot go anywhere. Got the silkworms. Now, this demon judgment, this guy right here, he will collect your red hearts and turn them into spirit hearts. Okay, so we got the Emperor. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna use my card, because you can only hold one card at any given time. So we're gonna use that. We have 2 keys. And this other one, the Emperor, is an item that allows us to warp directly to the boss. Now, there are cases where that is beneficial. Not right now, not super beneficial. I'm gonna place a bomb here. Bombs can break through rocks, and they can also find secret rooms. This is a mystery bag, so we use the bomb to get us a bomb and a key. Alright, right here we have red fires. Red fires will actually attack you, so you want to extinguish them with your tears. And we have these chests right here. These chests are made of stone, and the only way to open them is to blow them up. Duct tape. Stop. Oh, that was stupid. Alright, so I don't know what duct tape does. That must be one of the newer items that I am unfamiliar with. And we got ringworm, which just puts our tears in circles. But I'm gonna hold on to the duct tape. Maybe I could deduce what it does. Not guaranteed. First floor is done. This was a little bit of a slower one. Playing on my Xbox controller, so I kind of gotta get used to... Okay, that took us 4 minutes. Typically, 3 minutes is kind of the range you want to be in. It's fine. There are certain incentives for being quicker. Not necessarily on the first run, though. First run, you're just trying to beat Mom's Heart. And we got a battery there. Batteries will charge active items, which we do not contain right now. Key and a Spirit Heart. Soul Heart. People call it different things. I think canonically it's called a Soul Heart. But there is a very popular YouTuber, Northern Lion, who tends to call them Spirit Hearts. And, you know, when they first came out, they didn't canonically have a name until you looked into the details of the game or asked the creator of the game. So, they could be Spirit Hearts, they could be Soul Hearts, they could be Gray Hearts. There's also... Wait, where did that bomb come from? I did not release a bomb. That just came out of nowhere. Maybe that's the duct tape. Maybe duct tape gives me bombs? Which seems weird. Okay, so Monsters 2. So we beat Monstro, and we also got Basement Boy. And the Sprinkler. We got 3 items right there. So as you play more and more stuff unlocks. And so this... Oh. So sometimes Judgment right here will give you different items. So we got the Grey Heart, and we got a Spider Friend. Right here, this is a deal with the devil. So you could sacrifice some of the extra health you get for additional items. Gimpy, every time you get, or most times you get hit, you get an item back. So that's good. Ceremonial robes. Oh, we unlocked Lazarus somehow. Is that for taking 2 deals with the devil? I'm not sure the unlock. I think the first couple runs are just going to be me playing through it. You have to beat Mom's Heart like 10 times just to be able to unlock stuff. So as of right now, just play through a few runs, get some goals started, just get it going. And then as the game goes on, we can become more focused on what we'd like to accomplish. Also, you could shoot at the fires. Sometimes they'll drop items, they'll drop money. You could use the money to go to shops and other things. You could bet your money away. Yeah. Put a bomb here. Sometimes... Oh, that kind of sucks. Sometimes those jars have money. Sometimes they have spiders that attack you. Doubles my active item. I don't have an active item. Ooh. I mean, I don't know about doubling that, so... That's an active item right there. This is Uniform Stump. It makes you invincible, but you can't do any damage naturally while that is active, so... I don't know if doubling that is necessarily the best for us. Right here you have these hoppers, and if they jump next to fire, they will set themselves on fire. Ooh, our shop is barren. So, And this is a donation machine. You can give money to it, and that will increase to the items that are available. Will increase what's unlocked, what's available, what you can buy, and usually on a shop you have about 5 or 6 options of things to buy. Full bombs. Those bombs will try and seek you out like a heat seeker. And right now you can kind of see the benefits of this Demon Judgment. And with that being said, I say we go to the next floor. Poops in the boss rooms typically can't drop anything, so we're just gonna leave those alone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 rooms. We unlocked Samson. That was probably due to the fact that we have so many hearts, I would imagine. We'll show this. This is like a mini enemy spawn room. As soon as I opened the cage, we got locked into the room, and we have to fight 3 waves of enemies. On later floors, you will fight bosses, 3 waves of bosses, with increasingly tougher and tougher bosses. Or no, this is solely enemies. There is a boss one, but you have to have 1 heart or less, 1 red heart or less to be put into that room. So it's very risky, but sometimes the rewards do pay for themselves. And that is probably the first bit of damage we took. It sucks, because I kind of wanted to go through... You saw that achievement, the basement boy that I got for not taking any damage. Ooh. Fantastic item here. Cancer. Which just increases your speed rate, or your shot rate. So I'm shooting faster. The faster you shoot, the more damage you do. This is Tammy's head. Probably better than that unicorn stump. There are uses for that stump. Ooh, okay, the left trigger is my active, which I don't like necessarily. I want to switch that to the right trigger, but I don't know what right trigger would be right now. Maybe swap items or something? Double key room, sometimes really great rewards, sometimes not great. 1 dice. That may re-roll my run? Not sure. Either re-roll run or re-roll what's the items on the floor. Aerofont, 2 hearts. Great hearts. Got items back here. This is Gertie. And again, if we don't take damage on this, we are most likely going to be able to get a deal with the devil. And in fact, usually you could get a pop-up, the extra HUD. Nope. Okay. Large bars. So there is our stats right there. You have your speed, how fast your shots are shooting, your luck, all stats right there. The second to last is your chance for a deal with the devil. And then there's also a chance for a deal with the angel. So if I deny the items on the deal with the devil, it will increase my chances for a deal with the angel later, which also has some benefits. Usually deals with the angel, you don't have to sacrifice any of your health for it. But you see these bosses, first couple bosses, very easy, very simplistic, especially if you fought them a lot. And so we did not get to deal with the devil, that's why it dropped down to 0. Extra health is fine. We'll take it. But, let's see. I don't know if that's like a forget-me-not. I think that may be the thing that just kind of resets the room, which I would be cool with. I do have a goal of unlocking all the items, and to unlock all the items, not only do you have to have them pop up, you have to pick them up and use them. Alright, so you see this room. It takes a little bit of damage to get into. This time it wasn't worth it because it's just a bunch of spiders. But sometimes there's items in it. You get these pills. Pills, you don't know what they do. That one in particular gave me spiders. But, you know, could be good, could be bad. Pills, like, pretty much this whole game is risk versus reward. And there's some characters, specifically a character named Eve, that greatly emphasizes that. Where you can damage yourself, but to make you stronger. Honestly, let's just start donating money. Oh, you know what I just thought about? I want some of that money because I need a key. Because I need to get to the item room. That was silly on my part. I need to buy that key. A little bit of damage is fine. Yeah, I thought I had a key for it, but I don't. So, there's a few things I could do to kind of show some mechanics for that. And you see Tammy's heads, they make your tears a little bit bigger, they do a little more damage. So, here's what I'm going to do for the item. We could blow this guy up and blow up our donation machine to hopefully get some money back. Okay, sick. I'm going to buy a key, and then I'm just going to donate the rest, because I feel bad every time you blow it up. And the goal of that donation machine, you do want to get it all the way up to 999. Okay, so this is a pencil, so this is one of the newer items that came out with Afterbirth Plus. Afterbirth Plus was an expansion. It was a smaller expansion, but it allowed for a lot of great things. It allowed for mods. I've never played any of the mods, so I don't know how they function. I've heard there's some really good ones. Adding all new levels to the floors, adding new bosses, all new items. So it gives this game almost infinite replayability. Take a sip of that water. But it also allowed for people to put their mods, and some of the better mods became what were known as booster packs. Little small upgrades to make the game way better. And so I don't know if the key was an original upgrade or if it was a booster pack, but it's tough to tell. Okay, so the thing that the pencil does is it makes your eye look pretty gnarly right there. You got a pencil through the eye, Joker style from The Dark Knight. You want to see a trick? You want to get this pencil disappear? You know, that sort of thing. So it not only makes you gnarly, but it has a chance of making your shots burst into a much larger bloody tears, which just do a bunch more damage, as far as I know. I don't think there's any status effects with that. In this game, there are status effects. Right here, this is another item. This is a Pokeball. Or, it's probably labeled something else just to avoid being sued. But you could use it to pick up enemies and use them against other enemies. Make them friendly. So, you know, I have plenty of health. If I walk across the spikes, that does one full heart of damage, but it's kind of worth it, especially when we're trying friendly ball. So, you know, non-copyrightable Pokeball. So what I would like to do, I would like to fight somebody, particularly an enemy that has a lot of health, to help me fight alongside maybe the boss. Because I know the boss will probably do a lot of damage to him, but we'll see. Okay, so I did capture him, so that guy is now in my possession. And so, also, status effects, I haven't been able to talk. There's just a lot of stuff that goes on. It goes on very quickly. Is I got this Fire Mine, this Fire Tears. Does the status effects, does burn the enemies, but it also has a chance to explode. Maybe like a 1 in 100 chance of exploding each tier. Some of those explosions, if you're right next to them, they actually damage you, so you could hurt yourself with that. We do have golden keys here, so I will place a bomb. The golden key gives you unlimited keys for that floor. There's additionally the option to get golden bombs. It just lasts you for an entire floor. Now this sucks because I don't have any way to open this. I don't believe that these tiers will blow up these fires. Alright, so I took damage and lost damage, so that was about a break-even point as you could get. Ugh. So I am taking damage, but I still feel super confident. The game's a lot more forgiving on the health. There's other games where say enter the dungeon, when you lose health, it's a massive deal. Here, I feel a little more confident, especially having an item that gives me extra health. The longer it goes on, the more hearts that spawn. Heart spawns are a little more friendly than, say, enter the dungeon. And right now, we are on a good pace to continue to beat. Again, it'd be nice to buy some of the stuff. This gives you a choice on some items that you can get, but can't actually use it. We're gonna do some backtracking. I like to explore all the rooms just to see what's available. This guy, I could give money, but I have 0 coinage to give to him. Why would you just want to give some random guy some money? Sometimes he gives you items back. He'll give you health, he'll give you mapping, give you some bombs and some keys. But it's one of those risk-reward things that I was talking about earlier. You see the map on the top right. The little star means trinkets typically. You can also see that there's a bomb or items. I guess the star might mean an item. And then there's also curses on this game. Okay, so let's try and use our little friendly guy. Yeah, so he pops up. He has a heart, so he died. He was assisting in the fight. He probably did a little bit of damage to our fat friend right here. And that's a flawless. We unlocked a guy named Little Chubby, and we did not get a deal secondhand. So something's allowing us to keep two trinkets at the bottom left. I don't know what that was. If that was duct tape or... I don't believe it'd be duct tape. And I don't know what the second hand does. There's a lot of I don't know, and it's part of the discovery that makes this game fun. Here is a table right there, so I could reset my appearance, kind of mix it up. It cycles through all the things that I have. So you notice every time I pick something up, it does make my character look a little. It just reduces it down to one item, so that's just basic Isaac, that's the hood, that's Firemine with Guppy, or Gimpy. So there's a lot of different ones you could get. That doesn't really change much. This room would lock if I picked up any of these chests, and since I only have one key, it's not even worth it. I could also blow this up for some pills, I believe. Okay, so you also have these rooms that are more of a puzzle, and you just gotta step on the buttons to get everything unlocked. So now that we're on a base floor again, so what is this? Steps 1. I'm going to try and do my darndest not to get damaged, just so I could get like the depth flare, whatever the equivalent is. Ugh. Good dodges, good dodges. Good plays. And that is a mixed heart, so I could pick that up and get half a red, half a spirit heart. That is also an upgrade in Afterbirth Plus. Typically on the other just standard Afterbirth, standard Binding of Isaac, there are not those split abilities. Battery charge puts my little green bars on my active item to a full charge. No good hit. So there went my chance at the flawless. Anemic toxic blood. Ooh, we got a mini boss fight here. This is Greed. Anytime he hits you, drop money. The triple shot just... there's something with my brain that doesn't let me dodge it properly. But when you see that the fight is done, solid amount of money. And so if I get a shop on the next floor, I would absolutely love to donate. Not necessarily pick up an item because this run is almost over. These bone guys also suck, so if I could capture him, that would be sick. That was a good throw. Sometimes they're squirrely, especially those bone dudes. make it especially tough to capture.
The moon.
The moon card takes you to secret room. And I could kind of blow these guys up for some extra dough. And this thing, the Steamy Sale, or it's just called the Steam Sale. At a point in time, I think it was called the Steamy Sale to avoid any copyright. But Steam Sale, half off all shops, item shop items. You got incantations, similar forms of enemies. Those were greed heads. You have floating greed heads. You have just greed enemies. So lots of enemy variation. Keep it fresh. And certain floors have certain enemies. Alright, so this is a tougher fight. We will throw out our bone friend. And our bone friend got crushed in half a second. We did take damage, but only because our shot blew up in our face. Can't win them all. And it would be ideal, every now and then we do produce a fire. If he'll sit around in our fire and damage himself, that is also ideal. This is Midnight Snack, got us some health. He has nothing to drop, but we have to deal with the devil here. Ooh. We like Guppy's head. That gives us flies. We unlocked Azazel somehow. And this isn't going to affect us, this War Babylon, but might as well pick it up. And we still have a few rooms to explore. We don't want to like rush this particular episode right away, because it is going to be extremely short. Normally, a round of Binding of Isaac will last about, you know, in the realm of 45 minutes to an hour. Whereas this one, you know, it's going to be lucky to, you know, go beyond 30 minutes. And then there's some that could go on forever. But then once you get to a point where you have a really good run, you don't need to explore every room. But it's just nice to see what there is. You have these floating head guys. And easy floor. And we're getting most of our health back as well. And say if I really did want to end this run, I could just go to the next floor, use the Emperor card. Bingo, bango, bongo. We're done. But every time I pick up an item, it's adding to the collection. And the goal of this is to get 100%. But I think they consider it like 1,000,000% on their standard. Because it was 100% with the base game. And it was like 1,000% with the first DLC. And it was 1,001% with Afterbirth Plus. And then I think it got to the point where it was almost 1,000,000. And then there's 3 save files, so it's you trying to get to 3,000,000 is a little silly. But there's some great things we could do to set ourselves up for the future. Like when we go to the shop, that gets us even more money to give to the donation machine. Alright, so this is like the double key door, but it takes double bombs. We'll break that friend open. In here. Okay, so super secret here. You could sleep in here, that restores your health, but you could place a bomb here if it's a clean room. You get this ladder, which takes you to a secret room. Was it worth it for 3 pennies? Can't say it was, but you know, the opportunity that it was there is nice. Sometimes you'll get items out of that. Sometimes there'll be a secret shop where you could get a ton of items, depending on how much health you want to spend, how much money you want to spend. There's just getting better at this game is just knowing those small little secrets. Hierophant, fine. Sometimes there'll be rocks that have X's on them, so they're like little treasure rocks that you gotta explode. But they're almost impossible for me to see. I do have a form of colorblindness, so I'm sure some of you probably see X's on the rocks. or the rocks look a slightly different tint from their standard color. On the early floors, it's easier for me to tell because there is a big differentiating factor, whereas on the later floors, it's just so impossible for me to tell. Other things you could blow up these skulls. There's items in there. Toxic shock, mass poison. I believe when we go enter a floor, or enter a room, yeah, there is just a ton of poison. Just does easy damage to enemies, so that is a good one. We may not be able to go to the shop. Hey, dunked it. Shit. Secret room now. Sometimes you could get into item shops with a bomb. Or we could just really hope for another key. I could sacrifice some health to try and get a key. Oh, we got... So, we don't have two shops. It looks like there's two shops, but there's two key rooms. One of those is going to be a shop. The other... Man, that's rough. What can I do? What can I do about it? There's a gambling machine here. There's not a gambling machine. Arcade, arcade. Nothing. I can't give this guy keys. I don't know. Just blow him up. We'll see what pops up. Bag lunch. How do I rotate? Is there any special way to... Oh, well, I guess it's not right bumper. Right bumper is my key card use. And this is the mom fight. This is going to seem very basic and very easy. The very first time you fight her, it's difficult. But if you've 100%ed the game, it becomes pretty trivial. Especially if you know what you're doing. Main thing about her is she spawns enemies, but there will also be a shadow that pops up. And that's just going to be her foot coming down. If you could avoid her foot stomping you, it helps out a whole lot. Sometimes it'll step on enemies. If she hits you, she will laugh at your face.
Was cornered.
And that's actually
fueled with the desire to
first episode right there.
God was bearing down.
And you get a little bit of story here.
I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else. Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of
Main
the
story
line
is
for Isaac.
God told
His mother was
Isaac's
far
mom
too
to
strong
kill
for
Isaac.
him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
Or is it? So there's a lot of theories for the story, and I'm not going to go into them, but this game is created by Edmund McMillan, Tyrone, and Nicholas, and just a lot of fantastic people. And here they are right here. I'm going to bring some more episodes. Hopefully it'll be a daily thing. Please let me know what you guys think. I'm probably going to record a few more episodes today and put them up, so I may not respond right away to any comments you guys have, but... anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to let these credits roll out this first time. I'm not going to do it every time, but I would like to show off all the people who made this wonderful game. I've gotten so much enjoyment out of it, and I plan on gaining a whole lot more. But that's going to be into the commentary. Thank you guys for watching.